am asked to evaluate growth curves and assess normal weight gain in infants, toddlers, and children on an almost daily basis. Naturally, a decline or acceleration in a child's growth curves can make a caregiver extremely anxious about their child's nutrition and development. However, some fluctuations in growth curves may be perfectly normal and no cause for alarm. The World Health Organization's growth charts for children at birth to 5 years of age were developed from large samplings of children from around the world and raised in optimal conditions. They allow a health professional to compare a child's growth to a population of the same age and gender. Unfortunately, the growth curve tool does not always paint an accurate picture of a child's individual growth. If your doctor uses a standard growth curve, it may not take into consideration your ethnicity. These curves are based on Caucasian children, and those with Hispanic or Asian heritage tend to be smaller. Also, healthy kids come in a wide range of shapes and sizes. Not all children grow at this neat, steady rate either. It is not uncommon to see a once chubby infant or young toddler develop into a lanky kid, or a skinny little toddler turn into an average-sized kid. Some children do follow the same percentile for weight for most of childhood. Other children growing normally may change percentiles in their first 2 or 3 years. The Canadian Society for Pediatrics published a study on growth curves using the National Centre for Health Statistics (CDC) growth charts. This study showed that as many as 30% of normal children crossed one major percentile line, and 23% crossed 2 in the first 2 years of life. All of these children were healthy. Birth weight and length are strong predictors of subsequent growth, but do not always reflect a child's genetic potential. Genetic potential factors in the mother and the father's adult height. Intrauterine growth may be affected by external factors such as maternal size, malnutrition, or smoking, or gestational diabetes. After birth and into childhood, there may be some catch-up if an infant was born smaller than her/his genetic potential, or a catch-down if the child was born larger than his/her genetic potential. This means that a small newborn destined to be a big child might grow faster in the first 2 years than a big baby who is going to be a small child. What does normal growth look like? Birth to 12 months. Infants at 10 inches in length and triple their birth weight. 12 to 24 months. Toddlers at 5 inches and 6 pounds. 2 to 10 years. Most kids have settled into their growth patterns, adding about 2.5 inches and 6 pounds each year. Puberty. Girls grow up to 9 inches and gain 15 to 55 pounds. Boys grow up to 11 inches and gain up to 65 pounds. All changes in growth curves should be evaluated. Drops in over 2 major percentiles on the growth curve in weight gain may be a sign of a nutritional deficiency or medical issue. Failure to thrive is typically seen first as a drop in weight percentiles, followed by a drop in length percentiles. A nutritional history should be obtained, and caloric intake calculated by a dietitian. All children trending down on the growth curve should see a specialist to check for errors in metabolism, malabsorption of nutrients, or chronic disease. Talk to your doctor if you see any of the following signs in your child. His or her height seems off, given the height of his parents or siblings. He or she is nowhere near the averages. He or she drops over 20 percentile points from 1 year to the next, and/or crosses over 2 major percentiles lines. He or she is gaining weight much more rapidly than he or she is gaining height. It is important to keep in mind that children grow at different rates throughout the year. It is normal for a child to have a sudden growth spurt, followed by little or no weight gain or growth. A rapid change in height may cause a child's body mass index BMI to appear lower than previously recorded until weight gain catches up. It may be perfectly normal for a child to look very thin and drop percentiles at one doctor's visit, and then make up for that with an increase in weight gain a few weeks or months later. It may also be normal for your child's curve to fluctuate at various points as well. Give things a few months before starting to become too anxious about weight gain or growth. Most of the time, you just have to wait until the next growth spurt, which may be right around the corner.